Well, first off, I honestly just want to say thank you. Here's the thing. For the past 7 years, it has been something burning deep down inside of me that really makes me want to make people really evaluate where they are. Now, let me just say this. The information that I'm going to share with you, some of you, honestly, it may not be for you, and I truly appreciate it, but here's one thing I want you to do, is at least give me an opportunity to go through this information, because here's what I can tell you. I know, without any question, there are so many people that are having to motivate themselves every single day, continuing down that career path that's just not rewarding. In fact, I spoke with a lady earlier today who told me, she said, Marcus, for 8 years, I've been trying to convince myself that I'm headed down the right path. I don't like what I do, but every day I try to find new belief and make myself go and feel as if what I'm doing has purpose and that I'm truly called to do what I'm doing every day. And she told me she was lying to herself. And I found myself not even recruiting her into Organo Gold, but just really just talking about what's her passion, what's her why. And I said, I have got to come home and do a PowerPoint presentation the right way. And what I mean by the right way is I'm talking to those of you right now who, whether it's for the last 2 or 3 years, if you're like this lady, 8, 9 years, some of you have been doing this for the last 15 or 20 years, you're not satisfied with what you're doing. A lot of people right now, because of the necessity behind having money to pay for bills, is really the only thing that's keeping them. If they could honestly jump ship and go into something else that they truly are passionate about and still be able to make the same money, do you know how many people would up and leave their jobs tonight? I'm serious. But the truth is, and the sad truth is, that people are doing things every single day. Not only does it not matter to themselves, but they are truly not giving back that inner gift within them to really bless other people. And so here's my challenge to all of you tonight. If not Organo Gold, I'm okay with that. But I want you to leave this PowerPoint presentation tonight at least saying, what is my destiny? What is my calling? What should I be doing 7 days a week that doesn't even feel like work, that I absolutely love? I want you to ask yourself that question. If you can truthfully come to grips with leaving this presentation saying, you know what, here's what I should be doing, I'm okay with it. But I do want to tell you, the Organo Gold business opportunity can create that extra cushion financially so that you can really move into those things that you truly enjoy doing. This is just a vehicle that we're using to really go out and impact and do those things that we all were called to do. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Again, the information that I'm going to share with you, you perhaps may or may not be interested. But at the same time, please have an open mind, be extremely receptive with the information, because this could be that financial rug that can take you to a whole new level. So the interesting thing is, people ask me all the time, well, Marcus, what would I be doing with Organo Gold? And I honestly told people, we show people how to change the coffee they're currently drinking and change their future financially. That's what we do. And some people are going to leave this presentation, maybe it's you, and you're going to say, you know what, it sounds good, and you're going to still go out to Starbucks, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts and get your coffee, and that's perfectly okay. But I want to make sure that you understand that you have the ability, by changing one thing, not changing the habit of drinking coffee, but how you're purchasing your coffee, that can literally change your life. And the ability for you to share this vision with other people, the collective, if you want to call it, the collective effort, hopefully that makes sense, of you getting others to follow and model what you're doing can create an abundance of wealth for you. I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely crazy. I know I'm talking a lot, but I just want to connect with all of you just for a second. 7 years ago, I found myself extremely exhausted. I was a small business owner working about 70 hours a week. At the time, my wife and I have 3 small children. I was completely tired. I promise you, I probably sucked at being a husband at that time because I really just, I was gone a lot. And even when I did leave, I had my cell phone with me, and I would get calls all the time from my business where people, trust me, we have 13 employees, and most of them are, high school students, because I had a juice shop. Trust me, I got calls all the time. If we were out at the zoo, I got a call. If we got, it didn't matter. So I was really working 24 hours a day. Not fun. Trust me, not fun. And I remember 7 years ago coming into this thing saying, I've got to find find a way to get myself back in balance. You know how you just feel sometimes you're just out of balance. You know how you just have that moment where you feel like you're going to implode? You guys know what I'm talking about. You're up at 6 o'clock. You've got to be at such and such place. Everything is scheduled out for you. You got to drop the kids off there. You're hustling to work. Meetings. You got to eat at 12 o'clock, even if you're not hungry. That's the time that's designated. So you got to eat, got to run back, grab the kids later on that night. And then you're cramming in the last hour of the evening with your family, the most important people of your life. I got tired of that, y'all. I honestly got tired of it. And so I remember saying, you know what, I'm going to chip away at resolving this financial issue with my wife and I. She's working like crazy. I'm working like crazy. I'm going to chip away at this thing. And I said, I'm just going to find a way to make an extra $1,000 just to make things a lot easier. And, I have to honestly say I feel tremendously blessed. I got to that point. I replaced that $1,000 that we were looking for. I was able to finally tell my wife, look, go and fire your boss. You don't need to have a boss anymore. So my wife was able to come home and do the passion, the things that she loves doing. So if she does work or does anything, she's not doing it because of the money, but she's doing it because she's passionate about it. So she was able to do that. And so then I said, well, sweetie, now I got to work on myself, get myself from the shop so that I can really get into the thing that I wanted to do. And let me just say this, the last 7 years have been absolutely tremendous. To have the time freedom, to be able to spend the bulk of your day doing the things that you love doing, still servicing the people that you're connected with through the business, but really creating the time that time freedom that all of us have always wanted. That's what I do, you guys. That's honestly what I do. So I wanted to say that first because the rest of this presentation stuff, it don't even matter if I don't connect with all of you first. Here's what I want you all to understand. And I'm just going to kind of move through some of these slides. But when you talk about the power right here of the internet, this is huge. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The internet is always up and running. I remember reading that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in that book, Robert Kiyosaki does the perfect illustration in talking about making sure in life, if you truly want to have the time freedom and the financial freedom, you've got to put yourself in a situation that a system is working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you don't do that, you will always be the person that's fallen into whether there's a cap on how much you're worth, or number two, you're that person exchanging time for money. None of those equations will truly lead you to financial freedom. A lot of them, unfortunately, will lead you to destruction. Why do you think so many marriages fall apart? Why do you think so many people their health falls apart, their bodies implode? Because we weren't designed to do what a lot of people are doing right now. Again, it just made me cringe to hear this lady's story. And the worst part was, these are people that have young children, less than a year old. I'm thinking, this is the time you're supposed to be at home enjoying all those first moments with your children. Those of you that are retired that are listening to this, you're supposed to be traveling the world, living life up right now. But because of the lack of resources, by not having the dollar that you need to be able to truly live the life that you were created to, you're limited to what you can do. You have no leverage from time standpoint. You have no leverage financially. And so, yes, I am here to, at this moment, explain to you and to make, and really to challenge you to say, evaluate if you continue doing exactly what you're doing right now. Is it honestly going to lead you closer to your financial destination? Let me ask you that, really. At some point, you've honestly got to make up in your mind that it's time for you to start living. I'm serious. It really is. You have to say to yourself, you know what? I've given the best years of my life away to corporations and to whatever it is that you're doing right now that literally doesn't mean anything to you. And I'll say this again because I want to make sure you understand. Many of you are working crazy hours daily. Most of you are working anywhere between 9 to 12 hours a day. Let's just be real. They don't do that 9 to 5, that 8-hour thing anymore. Most of you are working 10 to 12 hours every single day, and you're trying to motivate yourself the next day, convincing yourself that maybe there's something deep down inside that, you know, maybe what you're doing is really not that bad, and you're going to have that breakthrough one day where your job is going to be something you're going to really love. You guys, you're fooling yourself. You're honestly fooling yourself. And if you think I'm lying, you come back and listen to this 6 months from now, and the message will still be the same. The feeling that you're dealing with right now will still be there. I want all of you to truly understand that unless you personally draw a line in the sand and step over that line and say, you know what? Today's my new day. I've got to start somewhere and start swinging myself out of the situation that I'm in. You are going to be stuck in living an unfulfilled life the rest of your life. This is real talk, you guys. This ain't got nothing to do with Organo Gold. This is real talk to each and every one of you. And so what I want you to do at this time is we're going to move down to the next PowerPoint presentation where I'm going to actually this time walk you through the Organo Gold business opportunity. But I wanted to set this up right because here's my thing. There's an old saying, it says that, you know, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I don't know all of you that are listening to this PowerPoint, but I do care. I do care because the thing is, what you do will impact generations to come. Your children are going to model exactly what you're doing right now. Now, some of you that may make the hairs on your arms stand straight up because you're saying, Marcus, Lord, no, I don't want my children to even think about doing what I'm dealing with right now. If that's the case, you have to be the one to make that shift, that transition over, and plant new seeds in their minds, hearts, and their spirits. It's going to start with you. Honestly, it will. And so that's my time for this particular presentation here, just connecting with all of you. The next two will actually dive into what Organo Gold, the business, is all about, how we show people how to, as we say, you know, sip the experience and share in the profits. That's what we're doing. This is simple, it's easy, it's coffee. I'll catch you at our very first true PowerPoint presentation here.